Good morning, Africa. Good morning once more. Good morning, Salon. Good morning to our neighboring countries there. A quick one. We'll get a quick updates this morning. But so far, before I touch me updates them, I go once I not be even know what's they take place yesterday. Paul, what the man attentively can follow up what's they take place in the media. But I guess I forget about, Adebayo in business. Well, we're just not going to see or specify because we don't want to isolate we don't want to segregate still like Sierra Leonean. But I not know what they take place yesterday. I attempt for send somebody for buy me bread in the morning. I realized at that time, limitations then be there. But so far, it look like say be peaceful as well. We not hear any major conflict unless if una can announce and to we now this morning, then we there for listen. And with the hope say this election, what's don't start so the peace. As Sierra Leoneans they want them peace. Because for you better if be peaceful. Anybody with the payagba, it's not easy for them to succeed. You with the part like it's not easy for them to succeed. But when you're in peace, you're there at peace. All to what you do, they avoid conflicts them. You head towards your success. Then better go follow you. But I'll say this, so. Now, no problem. So I just want to continue for tell Salon people and thank you and advise me youth to man them. And the rest of Salon man and say, keep the peace. Now, we keep the peace. It's very important. And at this all can talk of sometimes some people are not know what's in the gun. You mistake come out, step out of your door. By the time they remember, bullets go meet you. Some things in the Bokuma no know. Somebody come out far and they about your own business. But it passed the wrong side, bullets go church. So now go to make sure back go to sensitize the public massively. Not to just at the media or the radio stations there, but also the TV, the newspapers there. Even though the newspapers they are limited because now free tournament can stop. When they see newspapers then at the province, they need for to make that available. We not say people are not they read too much in the province. But few than they. Universities then they are the in the province them. Schools then they are the province them. We maybe need for good to do small research or get some content that way important. So now another thing for people in the newspaper field, need for good to move some of the things they are, the papers they are upline. Since we now see the province now upline, maybe they can upline, Good morning, Tona, Tuesday morning, early morning. All night yesterday the rain small. Some certain rain them and certain breeze them can end up for lift we pan them. If they experience leakage, not to just the one the way they stone more. Like what it has more they experience. At times the breeze can even they ace them up. Then you begin to experience another leakage. So we experience that so far. Inside Ukraine, let's make quick updates. We not care for tea. I don't observe all what's going on, in the world. But now what's important now we go face can we not repeat issues them over and over. And we follow the trend on how them conflicts they arise or maybe fall. And we hope say go fall. But inside Ukraine, counter offensive. Well, and then they fall. They arise. This we get 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago inside Ukraine counter-offensive. The Ukrainians then say the presidents passed the order, Zelensky, and what's in the end do? They create a counter-offensive. Now they don't capture about 7 villages there, inside Ukraine towards Russia then coast or post. About 7 different villages there what they don't capture. With this counter-offensive. What's in CNN boast of then is there that so far right now, NATO don't offer Ukraine enough weapons them for any counter-offensive or defense. That means NATO don't give Ukraine enough weapons enough for fight the war. You know? And it look like, say what will be the talk shadow, will be the laugh about this. Russia go make a rain inside Ukraine. Well, it look like say now Ukraine go make a rain by the Russians them. Then people there, I tell like say, they not be want war, but they like fight. Ukraine not be want war, but they like fight. You know, Russia go fight with the wrong blood. You know, the only thing we be missing are weapons stuff. And as much as NATO they back them up with weapons stuff, they go continue this fight here because they don't want peace. They want pull on Putin. So next time Putin no go do it again, or any Russian leader no go do it again. You know? Well, let this they continue, let they see how things they rise or arise. But 7 villages there, you know, and 2 days ago now the president actually passed on this order for create a counter-offensive against Russia. And NATO don't back them up with enough weapons. And Zelensky, they look back, you know, a comedian we became or become a president. Now soldier man pass soldier. I want to repeat that again. For una we can think say una start, now that's how una calling, you know you end. A comedian we became or becomes a president. Now a soldier at the front line, they secure in country. A comedian. Now so it can start. You know? So it can start. So big up to that. But what's in Moscow they say, what's in Russia, the Russians they say they don't acknowledge none of their attacks there. To me, that don't make sense. Somebody say I slap that man, I bruise him. Then the man come, he say, I not see any bruise, this man not slap me. Well, that's the Russians they say. They don't acknowledge any attack so far. Oh no, now they continue. Now just an update. Inside Babel, well, the Chinese money want foolish the American money money. That's how one starts for Putin. They really want foolish the dollar. Inside Babel, the Chinese money want foolish the dollar. Very soon, before I even hit what I got for hits, I want to say what's we're going to say made in China will become made in Mexico. What's they be used for say made in China will very soon be made in Mexico. Because the Chinese money now move them business. Would set one inside Mexico. Verily, verily close to America. And would that then the Chinese money they work with us, the Americans and the States, now the drug cartel leaders, them, the drug lords, them. Now any Chinese money they work with tiggy one. The Americans then accused, or the DEA accused the Chinese them, or a organized Chinese group for laundering money laundry. They do money laundry with the cartel members them of Mexico, the drug cartel members them, you know, money laundry. And this money laundry, what do they do? At the end of the day, the dollar just they disappear in thin air. Nobody know who side the dollar they go. And DEA or the Americans, then they suspect the Chinese them. That's maybe they obtaining dollars they are. For try for reduce, for try for counter, for try for remove. The dollar in weight, probably. All this may be not a game. Not a game for trifle. Now, in my own words, them. All this may be not a game for try for reduce the dollar. Because if the dollar lost globally, let me say if the Chinese then possess the dollar will belong inside America, Boku of Fango belong inside China. That means the Chinese money they control the American dollar. You will not understand what I just presented so earlier, just to make it simple for you. You get a property, but this is property where you get. Now, may they keep them. Now, who are they in control? So, we kind into politics, all kind dirty game day, we kind into politics. The warfare games them. Not just for old gun go shoot, but boku, cutthroat games then they come to politics. So far, the DA they accuse the Chinese organized, groups them or crimes, lords them for money laundering, relating or affiliated with the Mexicans them, and then find documents them where they back up this their convictions there, Also, then drugs they include cannabis, meth, and fentanyl, and other drugs them. And I know so then drugs they are synthetic drugs. And then synthetic drugs they believe say now the Chinese they manufacture them, they pass them on to the cartels them, and the cartels them then they sell them, receive the money to their own currency, then they do a laundry I guess with the dollar currency and exchange. I don't know how it go too much, but some way the Chinese man they obtain this dollar and this dollar they disappear. So far, then get where added the laundry this money, where the dollar they disappear in 10 years, and that's the happen. But while they do this investigation at Riverside, California, because they go make some arrests them inside Riverside, California, then send a DEA and they in top of this matter. But will not be see any DEA detective or officer at the scene. We just see local cops there. Local cops them with local interests. But then they blame saying a DEA and then gets this tax here. And the interest into this matter. So if you're not an Asian or a Chinese person, we're very wealthy inside the United States. You go for take time how you do work, how you do things, I don't know affiliate you to any cartel business per se. That's number one put up. Now let me go on to the next as well. Inside Sudan, more updates for now. A quick update. After a 24 hours ceasefire. After 24 hours ceasefire, then generally they didn't cut out gear. Now the Creole will they put in news this morning. After 24 hours ceasefire, the generals there cut out gear. The army and general were in a force cut out gear. It's like say, it make sure say the RSF they understand say the army they in control. As soon as the ceasefire they done, bombardment starts inside Sudan. Serious bombardment starts inside Sudan. And the generals then display fearless fighting. Fearless fighting. What do they say fearless fighting now? To the extreme. To the extreme. Again, the RSF, some of the militants them, or the groups them, or the members them, they make statements that they only wait for command from the boss. Once the boss give order, then go counter-attack, the army, personnel them. Right now, the army, they make noise. But inside the RSF, they make noise also. Now, a area what they call Janina or Janina, close to Darfur. This is around the Darfur state area, the western Darfur area. The RSF also, they mash up civilians there. I guess certain ethnic groups there, where they attack. They call them people that where they attack and people that the Arab militias them. So the Arab militias them with the RSF, I guess maybe they partner, for the attack people. People that belong to certain ethnic groups inside South Sudan. And I believe say also the same thing that take place inside Sudan. But Sudan more than the generals there, they fight. The generals them. And then get the African summit. Well, we're not going to see a summit, but African leaders then come together a few days ago for try to give warnings to the hostilities that will take place inside Sudan. They warn them generals there for ceasefire, for stop this fights here inside Sudan. So African leaders then come together. We don't want to specify as a summit, but they come together for discourse, for try for create, a forum where peace go real. Try to create a forum so peace go real. But peace go really real. We African leaders then we able to talk to them people there. Now a question. What's that African Union Day? Now a question. You know? World War they take place in within with African coast them. We leaders are not able to do anything. You know? And we for able be the support unit for fiscal peace. And that's not the take place. It's like say we don't value we self. You know, we kind to be political spares them. The Africans are not value themselves. Say, look whether they can talk to me. Maybe you back they do the same thing or maybe worse than me. I don't understand no. But now say it look like. So Mr. Malik Aga, one a representative of the Sudanese them. Now the actually now a Sudanese Sovereignty Council Deputy Chairman. He be all today part of this meeting with the African leaders them. But try to talk about the issues then for fiscal peace. Or peace about, you know, inside Sudan. Also as well as inside South Sudan. Because we want to see that as well, you know, inside South Sudan, you know. And South Sudan, the whites don't use this area as a place for make a mockery out of the Africans. Because they get certain tribes then we're still ancient. We're still a practice, what's the ancient of them, we don't they practice long since. You know, like we get some the way actually they wash the air with cow piece, you know. I don't know they wash them face with cow piece, you know, cow toilets, they can burn the ashes and they use them for rubber and skin them for prevent mosquito bites them, etc. etc. So far you see so many people we can travel at this African coast, discoveries them or whatsoever for can discover something new. And this is anything new. When I for make a laughing or a mockery out of the Africans, then we reside in this part of the area, South Sudan. So they really need for rehabilitate South Sudan, you know, because again, poverty there at the highest level, infections in there at the highest level, and the one that we still practice that we, you know, ancient tools, you know, attributes there, then still they dwell in the areas there. They don't want to let go of the past, you know. They don't want the American modernized way of living. They just want to continue to what they don't used to, you know. But that's they create, you know, a joke for the Africans. Me no go want to say them stop, but they need for cut off them white folks there we can go there, you know, for capture them pictorial evidences there, go depict your own images them or your own messages them based on what's in they want to see, you know. And that can more than me small at times. Because you can see them picking their out, then people like this, you don't fly the day all over their face, then eye and lips them, then they even drive the flies themselves. Then think, say, well, the rest of the world go think now, so all Africans they live. You know, flies them go just kind of with skins them, we're not even a drive, then flies there. Like say we dirty like that, you know. So big up to that. This now a quick update. So far, what's in done they going around at the same old shenanigan, just the increase. I know I even discussed about Haiti, same shenanigan, and then the increase. You know, even inside Nigeria, we don't see what's the president to do lately. They try to put things in order, you know, Tinubu, that's what they pronounce his name, Tinubu, you know. But Tinubu, I wonder now where you don't come into power, so if it will live through. Now, me don't concern this for the Nigerian young president. Because at this age, I believe, say, in first 5 years they done, you know, Tinubu no will get enough strength again for continue. So let we choose wisely, let we vote wisely inside Salone, you know, let we think about prosperity and we picking them, you know, in the future to come, you know. We want to conclude and so, any two way come up, you know, and within the next few hours, where go make the news, way important, what things are go alarm on, Tasmo will come back and, you know, decipher them things in the tuna. You know, so far, for the one day we not come on the streets yesterday or day before yesterday or so for this protest, may God bless sooner, one peace for Redland Salone. And now we continue for be peaceful, yeah? Let's no go one state. Now the face of Salone, the face of the people, the face of the grey, white, and blue, on our boy Tasmo Sleaze, aka Bepeko. Stay blessed.